Hey everyone, I don't have all of my makeup on right now because I wanted to try for you guys today the Becca Be a Light palette. And we're going to see what kind of difference it does make to your skin and your makeup and your complexion as you're applying it. I have the light to medium face palette, and it consists of 2 large powders on each end, a blush, and a contour in the middle. Now, what they say you use this for is different things. So you have a brightening powder here, you have a blurring powder here, you have a blush and a contour, they call it. I don't feel like this is a contour. It's a little light, it's a little warm. I'm gonna try to use it as a contour today. I've worked with this palette for a couple of weeks now, so I kind of have an idea of what I like and don't like about it and what to use it for. But I'm gonna try this contour color again. I've tried it as a bronzer, and it's a little orange even for a bronzer for me. The other 3 powders in this compact I do like. They just have different roles to play in your makeup. Let's try this on. All 3 of these powders here are very pearly kind of and very illuminating looking. This blush is really, really shiny. It's highlighter shiny. So it's different than the other 3 powders. The other 3 are just sort of pearly. This one is an actual shiny, shiny highlighter look. I'm going to swatch these on the back of my hand. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them or not, but we're going to try. Okay, this is the Illuminating powder, if you can just barely see that there. This is the blurring powder. This is the what they're calling a contour, and then this is the blush. I do like the Illuminating powder because it's sort of pearly and it sort of gives you, it does give you illumination and a little bit of sheen to your skin, like a healthy glow. Let's put that on first. I do have my foundation set already with the Makeup Forever HD powder, but I'm going to go over it with these products. I feel like when you use this Illuminating powder as a setting powder, it does okay, but it's not a great setting powder. I think it really does do more of something that you'd put on top of your setting powder. And what I've been doing is brushing that through here, and I've been putting it under my eyes. I've been putting it on my forehead. Now, this is not going to be a glow type powder. It's not going to be a highlight. It's not that kind of an illumination. It is just supposed to bring a little light to your skin. So I have my under eyes set right now with the Becca under eye setting powder, which is a very matte powder for your under eye. This, when you put this Becca Illuminating on top a little bit, I think it just gives a little more luminousness under your eyes. It looks a little less dry and a little more kind of shiny, illuminated. That's what I really like this powder for, is the under eye illumination. I'll get to the blurring powder end in just a minute. Let's try this contour out. Okay, I'm just going to take this contour on sort of an angled brush. And I'll show you guys, it's not really a contoury color for me. Kind of more of a bronzer color. I'll go ahead and use a different bronzer just to try to make this act as a contour. I'll wear a lighter sort of bronzer on my cheeks. The consistency of these 3 matte, more matte or satiny powders is the same. They are all equally, they blend really nice into the skin. That, I have to say that. If you don't like the color of them, that's fine, but the blend on them and the way they sit on the skin is gorgeous. I guess I'm going to go ahead and use this as a bronzer because it is really, really light, and then I'll put a different contour on. Don't expect this palette to make a huge difference on your skin and be like, ah, but it's very subtle. The whole thing is quite subtle. The blush, I would say, is maybe not so subtle because it is quite shiny, as you'll see, but now it seems to be sort of really sheer to use as a bronzer. It's kind of just soaking into my skin. Can you see how patchy it is up here? not good as a bronzer. Let me put a different bronzer on. I have not used my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer in a while, so I think I'll put that on. Marc Jacobs, and you can see how much more pigmented already the Marc Jacobs is covering up. Wow, I got too much on now. I have to go back and take it off, but you can see how much more pigmented the Marc Jacobs bronzer is. I'm taking some of the contour from the Cali Contour palette and contouring with that, since that's a much better color for me. Now I'm going to use the blush in this palette. It is very shiny. It's got a really pretty marble to it. It's more marbled than most marbled stuff is. It's just really, you can really see the little lines in there. I'm going to use a dollar brush that I got from Miss A. Miss A is a wonderful store where you can get cheap cosmetics and cosmetic items like brushes, applicators of different types, sponges. I'm going to use this brush. I have been waiting to do a video just on Miss A for you guys because I think it's a wonderful place. But here is that blush, and it is very shiny. So if you like a subtle highlighter, then you can put this blush on and it will, your highlighter's there. It's ready, it's done. So this is a really pretty blush. You kind of have to build it. I think it's beautiful. I am going to put a little highlighter on top of that just because I love my highlighter. So I am now going to use this blurring powder, and then I'm going to put my highlighter on, then I'll finish my eyes and the rest of my face. The blurring powder, I was afraid would add color to my face because it is kind of tan, but it has not added color to my face this whole time I've been working with this palette. I think it does do a good job of blurring your skin and your texture on your skin. I'm just going to go over it with a big fluffy brush. I mean, you really would swear this is going to add color to your skin if you're super pale like me, but it really doesn't. And what I'm going to do with this is sort of buff my cheeks and my forehead. I'm going to start down here, and then I'm just going to go like this. And that is going to buff out any harsh lines I may have. It's going to bring, buffing like that just kind of brings together everything that's on your cheek. I don't know, it just sort of brings it all together. I really don't like the way that Marc Jacobs bronzer looks on me. It is just orange. I may have to sell that. I hate to sell it, but I may have to sell it. Okay, that's the Becca Be a Light palette in light to medium. Again, not a dramatic change on your skin, not a dramatic look, but I do really like the illuminating powder, the blush, and this blurring powder. I don't really have much use for the contour color in here. It's not a good contour color. It's not a good bronzer for me. I do like the palette though. I like having all the powders in one place. It's easy to find. And I really like how it illuminates under my eyes with just a little bit of illumination under there. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I can continue to do videos, and also check out my Instagram. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.